Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Let me tell you, I am so tired, and only because I am a woman of my word am I on this live right now. I am on a total of maybe 4 hours of sleep last night, and so I am here because I said I was going to be here. For those who submitted a question, you are welcome. Okay, so let us jump right in. Let me get these questions answered because I can't even go back to sleep if I wanted to. I got a group at 6 and then a session at 7. So we're going to try to get through what we could get through, and then that's that. Okay. Hope you guys can hear me because I am giving everything I have right now, and this is all I got. So I just turned the volume up. I hope that works out. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Hello, Jay. Hello, is it Lady Mystery? I think I got that. Positive Vibe Juice. Sarah Lee. Beyond Blessed Mom. Hello. Charles, Sim City. If you are new to my page, this is the first time you see me go live, please let me know who you are and where you're from so I can appropriately welcome you into the very tired land of love. I just woke up from a nap. Thank God that my husband came home early, which gave me an opportunity to take a nap, okay? The baby's fine. That's just babies. They sleep when they want to sleep. They wake up when they want to wake up. They play when they want to play. So she woke up multiple times throughout the night and took forever to go back down. And then after that, I have to pump, and then it's a whole ordeal. So that's why we are here. Hello, Real Estate with Janae. How are you? I'm going to give y'all the best I can with what I got, right? That's my best Mariah Carey voice for the next 45 minutes. Let us get into it, okay? So first question. First of all, the rules, because I still get people who are confused. This is the story that goes into my story every Tuesday around 5 p.m. Eastern. It expires around 5 p.m. on Wednesday the next day. You drop your questions in this box. This is the box, not my DMs, okay? Let me explain to you why you have to drop your question in this box. You have to drop it in the box because if you put it in my DMs, I'm not going to be able to find it. I'm having conversations with people via DM all day. I'm not going to be able to find it. However, if you ever use stories for yourself on your own Instagram, then you would know, and if you don't know, it's okay, that once you swipe up on your story, all the questions are there or all the responses are there. So I need you to follow the instructions. If you do not follow the instructions, I will not answer your question. Okay, here we go. And for those who are just joining, sorry, I'm really tired. I was taking a nap and I set my alarm to wake up to do this for y'all every single week. And so I'm tired, okay? But I'm a woman of my word. I said I was going to be here, so I'm here. Made little effort to finally see me when I was in his city. Cut him off. Made little effort to finally see me when I was in his city. Cut him off. It depends on what little effort is. It depends on the conversation that you had prior to you entering the city. There's a lot of if, ands, buts about this, okay? So, number one, are you guys dating, right? Is this a friend? Is this a boyfriend? Like, what exactly is the status of your relationship? Number two, did he know in advance that you were coming? Now, I would like to think that if you guys are involved in any kind of romantic way and you have let this gentleman know you were coming in advance, then he should pull out all the stops in order to spend time with you. If he did not, I would like him to. However, it may not be practical depending on his lifestyle. So, made little effort. What does that mean exactly? What's little effort? Was little effort to you maybe big effort to somebody else? If he knew in advance and you are in any stage of romantic courtship, relationship, whatever you may call it, then he should have made efforts to stop to see you. Okay? Significant efforts. What should I do if a guy says he loves me, but he also says he's scared I'll break his heart? What should I do if a guy says he loves me, but he's also scared I'll break his heart? Okay, so saying that he's scared, right? If he's saying it, but what are the behaviors? So what do I mean by that? Is it that he says, I love you, I'm afraid that you're going to break my heart, therefore we can't get into a relationship, therefore I can't commit to you? What is the therefore? What exactly is the issue at hand, right? So he can say that he loves you. He can say that he's afraid that you'll break his heart. he may be within reason. I don't know what the history is, right? But what is he doing as a result of it? Is he not committing as a result? That's what we need to look at, right? It is not your responsibility to heal anyone's heart. It is not your responsibility to teach someone that you're worthy of trust. It is not your responsibility to show them that you are deserving, right? You should be functioning as your normal self in every relationship that you're in. The people either take it or they don't take it, right? So my question is, what is he doing as a result of being afraid that you're going to break his heart? And then if it's not moving forward in your romantic life together, then you have to decide whether or not you're okay with that. Are you okay with him not committing because he's afraid you're going to break his heart? Are you okay with the fact that you're not moving forward? Like, you have to decide. So I don't know. I wouldn't do anything. If he's concerned, he's concerned. You function like you normally do. You're honest, you're forthcoming, you're a good person. Like, that's how you should be functioning in the world and in your romantic life. But if he's saying, I can't do blank because of the fear, then it's not your responsibility to fix his fear. If his fear is not coming from anything that you did, it's not your responsibility. He needs to fix that, because that means he's going to be fearful of anyone that he dates. It's not you. It's not a you problem. It's a him problem. And then if he's not moving forward as a result, then you have to decide whether or not you're okay with that. I would imagine I would not be. I would imagine you should not be, but you have to decide from there. Okay? How should I ease in the subject of wanting to be exclusive without seeming pushy? How should I ease in the subject of wanting to be exclusive without seeming pushy? There's no pushiness here as a statement. This is what you desire, right? So I would pose it something like this. Hey, James, we've been talking, we've been dating, we've been conversing, we've been whatever language that you find is appropriate to describe what's been going on here, right? So, hey, James, we've been getting to know each other. We've been dating. We've been whatever for X amount of time. And I really enjoyed the time that we spend together. I'd like to take those next steps. What are your thoughts? That's it. What are your thoughts, right? You put the ball back in his court. If he says, girl, what are you talking about? I thought we were been together. Would you be surprised how many times I hear people saying that? Like, oh, I asked him what the deal was. And he's like, what you mean you're my girl, right? I wish you would have communicated a little bit clearer. However, fine, we'll take that. What you talking about, girl? We've been together. Or he'll say, I'm not sure. Or he'll say, I need more time. And then you have to decide for yourself whether or not you're prepared to give that time. You have to decide for yourself if you think that there's been enough time and he should be more decisive. You have to decide for yourself if you're willing to wait, okay? So, Fine and Amra says, has she asked before? That might be the only way she could come off pushy. I absolutely agree. You ask. He answers. That's it. All right, this is not pushy. This is you asking for clarity. He gives you an answer. You move forward with that answer. He gives an answer that you don't like. You accept it anyway, because you're not here to convince anybody of anything that is not your responsibility. In fact, it's quite dangerous to try to convince people of stuff, because then if they haven't drawn those conclusions on their own, then what? Then they're going to now go backwards and change their mind thereafter because they never really were down in the first place. Absolutely not. You do not try to convince anybody of anything. Okay? How to enjoy the journey of dating rather than the end destination. How to enjoy the journey of dating rather than the end destination. So you enjoy the journey by doing the things that bring you joy. You enjoy the journey by doing the things that bring you joy. You should be going to places and spaces that you enjoy or would enjoy anyway, no matter who you are going with. If you like bowling, then you should be going bowling, no matter who's with you. Once they're a reasonable, decent human being, you would have had fun regardless, right? If you like to do laser tag, if you like to do restaurants, whatever it is that you like, those are the activities that you should be a part of while you're dating. That way, no matter who you're with, once they're a decent person and you're having a decent company, then the activity in itself is the fun. So that's how you can enjoy dating while on this destination, okay? Is dating someone 10 years older than you weird? I'm 25, he's 35. Is dating someone 10 years older than you weird? I'm 25, he's 35. No, it's not weird. It's not outrageous. just understand that the two of you are going to be in many different places and spaces in your life. And so there's going to have to be flexibility and understanding on both sides. So even though I'm a homebody, and even when I was in college, I didn't go out and party too much, I would imagine that many 25-year-olds are the ones who like to go out, who like to socialize, who may be in the clubs more frequently. A gentleman who's 35 may be at the end tail of that experience. So if you are going out more socially and you are out with your friends and you maybe potentially might be getting drunk still and the kinds of things that people do in their mid-20s, he needs to be understanding that that's the stage that you are in your life, and he can't be having an attitude and having an expectation that you behave like a 35-year-old when you are indeed 25. Same thing, right? Again, this is just an example. You may be a homebody like me who never goes out, but relatively 25-year-olds generally are more social, go out, still are doing the things that 25-year-olds tend to do, which is appropriate for their age. So him being 35, and he's the one who may be talking about marriage and buying a house and having kids and all those things, and you aren't prepared for that. You also cannot be upset because you understand that you're signing up to be with someone who may be more mature than you, who may be more advanced than you, who may be wanting to take those next steps. So the both of you have to be more understanding about where you are in each other's lives and then meet each other there. That's the nature of the game, okay? Should I date a man with 5 kids, 4 baby mamas, but he treats me amazing? Should I date a man with 5 kids, 4 baby mamas, but he treats me amazing? Okay, so let's break this down. The success of your relationship is not only based on how well he treats you, but also based on your life circumstances as well as his life circumstances. Okay? So I say that to say, I would not sign up to be in a relationship with someone who has 5 children with 4 different women. And I tell you why. Number one, when I'm in a relationship with him, I'm then also in a relationship with these 4 other women who may be temperamental, who may be upset, who may be jealous, who may be whatever, demanding, and rightfully so. And I can say that as someone who just had a baby, demanding of your time. They need you. They need your support. Therefore, you're going to be out of my house, out of our house, and in 4 different people's houses? Absolutely not. Right? Secondly, the finances. Unless this person's a multimillionaire, the fact that you will have to be financing at least at 50% the lifestyle and the lives of these children in 4 different homes, 5 different children, that is not something that I would be comfortable with, right? And not to say that I would not encourage someone to pay their child support and to be a part of their lives. I want that. I want dads to be active. I want dads to be a part of their children's lives. I don't want my man to have to be that man who's active. I don't want my man to have to be that man who is financially securing the future, the present and the future of his children outside of our household. I don't want my household bleeding funds, okay? As a result, I would not date a man that had multiple children. I just would not, right? You have to decide for yourself what your limitations are. You're asking me. This is Alison, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with women to help them find and keep the partners that they deserve. I have a bachelor's degree in education, a master's degree in counseling, a master's degree extension in mental health counseling. Last year, I've had 2 weddings, 6 engagements, 8 committed relationships, and 2 babies. And 2 of them babies, if they're not mine, can't be in my house all day long, 24/7. You can call that shallow. You can call that jealous. You can call that whatever. Absolutely not me, okay? But you have to decide. This is like my lawyer disclosure. You have to decide what's right for you. How do you navigate finding someone in person while wearing a mask? How do you navigate finding someone in person while wearing a mask? Taking off your mask. Take them off. Stop playing. Like, it's 2023. I know that we're doing what we call a tridemic or whatever it is. You will be all right. You are going to give your appropriate space between people. You're going to wash your hands. You're going to do all of those things, and you will be all right. Take off your mask. Stop playing. If this was 2 years ago, I have an answer for you from 2 years ago, which I'm sure is on my profile. Take off your mask. Stop playing. Okay? Should I be concerned or excited with a guy who is finally coming around after almost 3 years? Should I be concerned or excited with a guy who's finally coming around after almost 3 years? So when you say finally coming around, do you mean like emotionally, like he's finally getting around to next steps with you? Is that what you mean by finally coming around? Or do you mean physically coming around? I would have never given anyone 3 years to decide that they want to come around physically, emotionally, or any other way. I would never give anyone 3 years to decide. The only people that I would give 3 years to decide whether or not they want to rock with me are y'all. I have people who say, Alison, I've been following you for a year, and now I've decided to pull the trigger because I've realized that I can't figure this out on my own, and so I'm going to book you. Y'all have a year, 2 years, 3 years to decide. I mean, if I was you, I wouldn't wait that long, but y'all have that with me. Nobody else on this earth has 3 years to decide whether or not they want to come around, if that means physically come around or otherwise. She says, okay, I'm going to be honest, that's me. After I demanded something from your life, he started emotionally opening up. Okay, so that's what you mean by coming around, like he's more emotionally open. Alrighty, so I'm going to take that, okay? And I'm going to say emotionally coming around. So that means he's opening up. I would be more flexible with that. And I'll tell you why. Men have not been socialized to be open. Men have not been socialized to be vulnerable. So if you told him this is something that you wanted, and I'm glad that my advice helped you, if you told him that you wanted him to be more open and to be more vulnerable, and he's coming around in that way, I think that that's great. I'm not concerned. He's opening up. He's making an effort. Okay? How can I book you? So you can click the link in my bio, and you have 2 booking options. Booking option number 1 is to join me in a 6-month coaching program. I have 3 6-month coaching programs. One of them is for my heartbroken people. You are in the midst of a heartbreak. You do not know how to get over it. You are actively heartbroken. It's called Break Up to Boot Up. I have my signature program, which is the Partner You Deserve. That's the one where you see all the receipts for the engagements, the weddings, the babies, the committed relationships, all that good stuff. And then my last program, so it's 3 stages of romance, is you're in a committed relationship, you're a girlfriend, you are a wife, you are a fiance, you know that you have a good man, and you're concerned that your past, your traumas, your issues, your baggage is going to negatively impact you, okay? So you want to show up as a better version of yourself, and that's called Marriage Maintenance 101. Break Up to Boot Up, The Partner You Deserve, Marriage Maintenance 101. So if you know that you fit one of those 3 categories, you click the link in my bio, and then you are going to book a consultation call. The call is 15 minutes long. I ask you a series of questions to see where you are emotionally, to make sure that you're prepared to do the work, to make sure that you recognize that you are a part of the issue. Because if you're coming in saying, no, Alison, it's not me, it's them, then I can't help you. Why am I coaching you? I need to coach them if they're the problem, right? You have a hand in it, and then that you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to listen and do the homework, daily homework, to get you there, okay? So that's my signature program, the one you see all the receipts for. You click the link in my bio, and then you are going to go ahead and tap that consultation. So I see people, I need the partner I deserve. So click the link in your bio, my bio. You book your consultation call. All the pricing, all the details are there. All you got to do is read it, okay? The second kind of booking that you can do is a single session. It's 30 minutes. I think it's $97. That is to talk about everything except for how to get a man, because my program, The Partner You Deserve, answers that question. And I can't give you 30 minutes of how to find a partner, how to be found by a partner, how to navigate dating successfully, okay? Yes, a glam gal says, have you taken it? She absolutely has. I'm not going to say a name. I'll leave her to answer that. She absolutely has taken it. She's been in a committed relationship for the last 2 years, immediately out of the first 8 weeks of the program. Glam gal, committed relationship, super happy. Okay, so that's how you work with me. Click the link in my bio. All the details are there. Okay. Someone asked, how much is the program? So the program is $4,200 for the 6 months. The 6 months includes 8 weeks of instruction. We meet via Zoom in a extremely small group. We meet via Zoom, and then I give you all the tools necessary to navigate dating successfully. Then you get 4 months of unlimited access and support. That's you having my direct cell phone number 24/7. And if you're in my challenge that has already started a few days ago, but the doors close tomorrow, then you know that I am up 24/7 because y'all be DMing me 24/7. Y'all text me 24/7. Y'all email me 24/7, and I always respond. So that's the 6-month program. I do offer huge discounts if you join me within 24 hours of our call, like thousands off if you decide. If you don't decide, if you don't take action, $4,200. Okay? Here we go. Let's keep going, beautiful people. How long should it take for a guy to know and make you his girlfriend? How long should it take for a guy to know and make you his girlfriend? I love this question, and I'm going to tell you why. Big TC says she always responds. Always and forever. And there's other people who are my clients on here who knows. Always and forever responds. Okay? 24/7. Vacations, holidays. I had a group on Christmas. I had a group on New Year's Eve. I had a group on New Year's. I do not play with y'all. Okay? This is an excellent question. How long should it take for a guy to know and make you his girlfriend? I just did a reel on this. Yes, Get Fit with Tiff. I just did a reel, so I want you to check it out. I get that question every week, and that's exactly what I said on the reel, and that's exactly what I said in the caption of said reel. But the reason why I said this is a good question is because she said know and make. And those are two different things. A lot of people, and I'm actually going to ignore your question. I say that respectfully because I just answered it like 3 hours ago on my reel. Check it out. I'm going to answer a different version of this question. A lot of people ask, how long does it take for a man to know whether or not he wants to marry you? And people get confused between know and do, right? So based on the conversations that I've had with married men, they will tell you they knew in 6 months, 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year. They know. But most people are not going to take action on one of the, not even the most, not one of the most important decisions and relationships you will get in your life. That's my opinion, right? Which is actually backed by some statistical data that I found, but I'll share that another day, another dollar, right? They're not going to jump out the window and make the decision to actually pull the trigger to ask for that woman's hand in marriage in 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year. So knowing and doing are two different things. So a lot of guys will say, yeah, I knew that she was my wife the day I met her. I knew within 2 months. I knew within 6 months. They know, but they also tend to be, and there's no judgment to those who marry quickly, they tend to be more reasonable, and they tend to still decide based on the woman's behaviors. They tend to decide based on their finances when to pull the trigger. So knowing and doing are two different things, and we have to make that abundantly clear. Rose Birdley, I hope I got that right. So how it works, welcome to those who are joining the live. My name is Alison, certified dating and relationship coach. I do this live every Wednesday. The way that it works is, unfortunately, you have to submit your questions in advance. So on Tuesdays, I post this green story for the last 2 years. This same green story with a box. In the box is where you drop your question, and then I answer the question on the live. I need to organize it because if you just DM it to me, I won't be able to find it when it's time. And if you put it in the comments, especially if the question is real spicy, y'all just be going off, and I can't read it fast enough. Do you offer courses between the 31-day challenge and 6 months? So there is a masterclass, Dating 101. You can click the link in my bio and you can purchase it. It's only $37. But a course is, and I say this lovingly, a course many times is not going to get you to the result versus live coaching. One of the biggest issues that I find with people, both men and women, this is not a gender war, is that they are unrealistic in their dating expectations. Unrealistic in their dating expectations. I know 3 coaches, 3, who have quit their job as a coach, coaching women specifically, dating coaches, because they are tired of dealing with unrealistic expectations. Imagine you quit your job. Imagine you decide to pivot your entire business and career because you are so frustrated of working with people who are unrealistic. I know 3 of them. 3. I say that to say that we can take courses, but if our minds aren't right and we don't have a live person who is going to challenge us, who's going to challenge you, who's going to push back, who's going to ask questions, who's going to tell you the real deal, the likelihood of you finding success in a $37 course is slim. Not to none. I have like 2 people, right? But slim. So you can always purchase courses from anybody, but I'm telling you, if you're looking for a coach needs to get in you. A coach needs to change your mentality. A coach needs to anger you. A coach sometimes will make you cry. I've had clients who have cried, straight up and down cried. So can you buy the $37 course and maybe you might see some results? Can you join me in my 31-day challenge, which is $31, and at least you'll get some live coaching and you may see some results? I think you'll see something because you have someone who's pushing against you, who's challenging you, who's telling you you're being unrealistic, who's telling you you're being unreasonable. Val says Alison is great. She's worth the money. Thank you so much. Okay? That's what you need in most cases. I don't know about you. In most cases, people need for their mindset to shift. Okay? So, yes, you don't have to do a full-on coaching program. But again, that's why I don't even have a full course. And I don't believe in it. And my brand strategist, Emerald, she says that I'm bugging and courses, that's what everybody wants. I'm not confident that folks are going to get what they need out of a course if they don't have someone who is going to hold their feet to the fire. Vanessa says she gives you straight talk, no lie. Okay? One of my clients who's on here, I'm not going to say her name, she gave me a nasty attitude on one of our sessions. I want to say it was session 4. I'm not getting on dating apps. I'm not doing it, blah, 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 blah. So I said to her respectfully, because I'm still the professional, I'm like, okay, you paid me, right? So you can listen to me or you cannot listen to me, right? She didn't listen to me in that regard. However, there was a gentleman that she met during the 8-week program that, actually, no, I lie. There's a gentleman that she met before the 8-week program. She came up in our conversation. She did not want to give him a chance. That's what it was. I said, well, tell me why. Your non-negotiables are this. Your goals are this. Tell me about your experiences with him that makes you think that he's not valuable, or he's not worthy, he's not the right one. Oh, I don't have an answer. It's because he has a little bit of a gut. That's what she said. She's on here. You ain't got to identify yourself, okay? Because he has a little bit of a gut. That's why we're dismissing people these days. Men or women, you need to give that man a chance. She didn't listen to me for the dating apps. She listened to me about giving that man a chance. They are in a 2-year committed relationship right now as we speak. And let's not discount committed relationships, because there are plenty of people who have not been in a committed relationship for years. For years, right? So y'all love when I post the babies. I got 2 babies under my belt in 2022, right? We're in 2023. 2 babies, right? We had, hey, don't judge her. I see y'all in the comments judging her. Y'all be dismissing people from way more shallow shit than that, all right? 2 babies last year, right? I had my engagements. Y'all love the engagements. I had the weddings. Y'all love the weddings. Let's not dismiss the committed relationships, because there's mad people on here who have not been in a committed relationship for years. Okay, so there's extreme value in that. And then obviously, if we go the traditional route, we got to be in the committed relationship before we can get the engagement, before we can get the wedding, before we can get the baby. Make sense? Okay, so there we go. I love y'all. Invest in a coach. Ain't got to be me, but invest in a coach. Okay? Let's keep going, guys. I have 17 minutes before my next group starts. Should I be concerned? No, I read that one already. If you are very close to your family, do you keep boundaries when building a new relationship? If you are very close to your family, do you keep boundaries when building a new relationship? Absolutely. You should always establish your boundaries. You should always establish your boundaries. Okay? That should always be super clear. It doesn't matter if it's a new relationship, old relationship. You need to know that you are coming into this new relationship with someone who is clear on what your expectations are with your family, how much time you're going to be spending with them, how important they are to you, and clear to your family what is acceptable and what's not. What's unacceptable is that you're bringing up my ex in front of my new man. What's unacceptable is that you make him feel uncomfortable at any point. What's unacceptable is you pressuring him to do something, i.e. engagement, marriage, babies, that he doesn't want. So you should constantly be establishing boundaries and holding people to those boundaries all of the time. Does that make sense? Okay. So guess what? If you need help to learning how to establish boundaries and then how to stick to them, because a lot of folks can establish them. Like, I know what I want, but I don't know how to stick to them. You're going to click the link in my bio. You're going to join us for the 31-day challenge, the alignment assignment. We're going to be talking about boundaries. The last day and time to join is going to be at 6:59 tomorrow, because Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern is where we start our large and in charge. I'm making it abundantly clear because I don't want anyone saying, oh, Alison, I didn't know. I thought me and you was going to have one-on-one time. Not for $31 for 31 days. And somebody else has paid thousands of dollars. Not realistic, right? But at least you will have some FaceTime with a certified dating and relationship coach who can push back, who can challenge you, who can hold you accountable. So if you need help with boundary building and establishing them and keeping them, click the link in my bio. Join the challenge. Okay? It takes work to get to that. As a formal serial dater, Alison's program is worth the money, saves you money in the long term, emotional distress, and time. All right, y'all. First of all, my girl be coming through all the time, and I love her, and I appreciate her so much, even though she heard me just tearing her up. But again, this is why people need coaching, because your logic and your reason makes sense to you until you say it out loud and someone else pushes back against you. There's no shame in that. That's why I said y'all need to be careful and do not shame her, because a lot of y'all have cut people off for way more shallow shit. And y'all know I don't even curse like that, but I have to be real with y'all, right? So don't shame my girl, because she's the one who listened eventually and is happy as a result. I need y'all to screenshot this. We're not moving on. I need someone to scroll back up to where she says, it takes work to get to that. As a former serial dater, Alison's program is worth the money. Saves you money in the long term. Emotional distress and time. Take that screenshot. This is my serious face. This is my Malcolm X face. Without the glasses. Because folks, I'm spending that kind of money, right? But then when you have a man who moves in your house or moves into your apartment, or you buy a house or you buy an apartment together, and at minimum, because I know y'all not letting these dudes get away with murder, at minimum they're paying half the bills. You telling me that you're not saving money as a result of getting a coach? At minimum, 50% of your bills are going to be covered as soon as you're in this committed relationship living together. So if you're looking for a financial investment and how this is going to pay you back, there you go. Emotional distress, you can't put money on that. Your heart being broken over and over and over again. Your fear of being taken advantage of over and over and over again. Your concern that, oh, he's going to have sex with me and then use me and throw me away. Or does he like me? He doesn't like me. He texts me. He doesn't text me. He ghosts me. He doesn't ghost me. You can't put money on that. And your time, you already know the answer to that. I'm going to keep it moving though. This is not a commercial for me. This is a free service that I offer to you guys every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, live Q&A. So let me get back to it because I got 13 minutes. All right. Married man in love with me, wants a baby. I'm 31, afraid this might be my only chance. Married man in love with me, wants a baby. I'm 31, afraid this might be my only chance. Okay, let's start from the beginning. You guys know I made an announcement, I don't know when it was, end of December, and generally speaking, I make lots of effort to say this over and over and over again. I am not a proponent of the gender wars. I don't like to draw conclusions based on people's gender or sex or whatever. I don't like to make sweeping indictments and statements about people based on their gender. However, I would never believe a man who is married and tells me he's going to leave his wife for me. I would never recommend to you to believe any man who tells you, I'm married, but I love you. I'm married, but I want to be with you. And let me tell you why. Y'all know I don't like this. I don't like separating the sexes, but I'm going to tell you why. Generally speaking, and men have done this to themselves, sorry guys, generally speaking, men are notorious for saying, yes, I'm married, but I love you, I need you, I want to be with you, and I'm going to leave my wife. That is a notorious lie from men. Women tend not to lie about that. I ain't say women don't lie. I ain't say women don't cheat. But women ain't lying to say, I'm going to leave my husband for you, and then actually keep their husband. Like, nah, they going to leave. As a result, I would never recommend for any woman to date a legally married man. Do not date a man who's married. Do not believe a man who's married. Do not take their word for it, period. And again, I'm prefacing this. I'm putting all the salt. So y'all hear me, y'all see me. This is not a gender war. This is not a judgment against men specifically. I'm not trying to say that your men lie more than women cheat. But this particular lie is a man's lie. He is full of it. Do not believe it. Do not fall for it. Run away. He is full of it. Do not believe it. Do not fall for it. Run away. Okay? That's number one. Don't ever date a married man. Ever, 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 ever. Okay? Number one. Number two, even if he were serious and he really does intend to leave his wife, which we never believe a married man, then when you become his wife, then what? He gonna fall for some other young chicken and leave you? And then what? That's karma. And you deserve it because you're dating a married man. So even if he is dead serious, you saw the documents, like oh no, Alison, you're wrong about this. He's leaving his wife for me. Then when you become his wife, then you're going to be back in here talking about, how do I rectify the situation with my husband? He's off with some woman. And you would deserve it. Yes, you would deserve it. So please, second reason why you never deal with a married man. Number three, he wants a baby. You're 31. You're afraid that it's your only chance. Why? 31. 31 is young. What are you talking about? This is not even a geriatric pregnancy. Even if you dated someone today for years before you had a baby, you still wouldn't have to worry about a geriatric pregnancy. And that geriatric pregnancy stuff is bullshit. Because I had a baby, I don't know, like 3 weeks before my 36th birthday. So please. And I'm going to have another one eventually. Not now. This is not an announcement. Okay? You're 31. You're young. Now, is it time for you to get serious about your dating life? Yes. Is it time for you to take action with your dating life? Yes. Is it time for you to be intentional about your dating life? Yes. Many of my clients are in their late 20s, early 30s because they are intentional. They're not playing. Some of them are older. So is it time for you to get serious at 31? Yes. But it's not time for you to jump out the window and be dealing with somebody else's husband because you're 31. Absolutely not. Okay. So the strong answer is no. Here we go. How do you advocate for yourself, your needs and your wants without being aggressive? No, boo, that was not an announcement. How do you advocate for yourself, needs and wants without being aggressive? Okay, so being aggressive has to do more with a tone and it has to do more with a frequency than it has to do with the actual request in itself. Okay? So being aggressive has more to do with the tone and frequency than it has to do with the request in itself. So when we talk about advocating for yourself, your wants and your needs, if you express it to someone, these are my wants, these are my desires, and your tone is non-confrontational, your volume is appropriate, you're not using any curse words, and you're not asking multiple times in a short period of time, then you're not being aggressive. But when you're loud, which I'm loud by default, I'm sorry guys, y'all gotta turn the volume down sometimes. People be writing in the comments, why are you so loud? And I don't know if they mean I'm loud by my volume or I'm loud like the slang I'm loud. I am loud. If you turn your volume down, if you're mindful of your tone, if you're mindful of your language, and you're mindful of your frequency, then you're not being overly aggressive. You're expressing to someone what your needs are, and you make it clear. Now, what I would say is, how many times are you going to ask for the same thing over and over again? Until you draw the conclusion that this person is either unwilling or unable to deliver. How many times are you going to ask for the same things over and over and over again, no matter how non-confrontational you are, no matter how reasonable you are, no matter how logical and fair you are, how many times you're going to ask for the same thing over and over again, and when you don't get what you want, then what? This person's either unwilling or unable to deliver, okay? So you have to decide at what point are you going to stop asking, and at what point are you going to start having the conversations of, I understand at this point, you know what I want, you know what I need, you're either unwilling or unable to deliver. As a result, it's in my best interest to move on. Okay? That's the decision that you have to make. Not how do I approach it, which is how many times am I going to do this, and at what point am I going to say, this is not working for me. As a result, I'm going to move on. All right? This is going to be the last question of the evening because I do have a group in the next 5 minutes. I have somebody who dropped like 1,000 parts of a question in here. Guys, you have to find a way to shorten your question and put it in the box one good time. Because now I'm confused. What do you find, this is a good one, what do you find to be the hardest part about dating? What do you find to be the hardest part about dating? I actually already answered this question. Unrealistic expectations. That is the hardest part about dating. The hardest part about dating is you. The hardest part about dating isn't dating apps. The hardest part about dating isn't forcing yourself to go out socially. Actually, that's you. The hardest part is not dating apps. The hardest part is not the other gender or the gender that you like, right? The hardest part is you. You are the hardest part of dating. Unrealistic expectations. Someone's going to fall into your lap. Love is just going to happen on its own. You don't have to put in any effort or energy. That's the hardest part about dating. The hardest part about dating is he needs to have all of these things, and I'm a wonderful woman. However, he needs to be damn near Superman perfection. That's the hardest part about dating. From a man's perspective, because it's a gentleman who asked this, that you want all these things from a woman, and you expect her to be so soft and so feminine and leaning into her feminine energy and all this stuff. However, the expectation is that she's paying 50% of the bills and she's the primary caretaker of the home. That's unrealistic. Unrealistic expectations of the people that we date. Unrealistic expectations of how love is supposed to happen for you and relationships are supposed to happen for you. That is what makes dating so hard. The individual. And it's so easy for us to put it off on everybody else. These chicks, you know, they be wanting too much. They ask for too much. Oh, they're gold diggers. Oh, they're unrealistic. Oh, how many men make 6 figures? That's not practical. How many men have a 6-pack? That's not practical. You're right. And also, we have I'm sorry. I hear my husband in the living room making weird noises with my kid, and it just threw me off. And I hope that you're on this live to know you just threw me off, babe. Unrealistic, right? So the women, for the men, he has to have this physique, he has to make this salary, and he has to be black, and he has to have no kids, and then he has to, right? Look at the statistics. That's not practical. You are going to have to give on something. If that give means he makes less, if that give means he has a kid, if that give means he's 5'9", if that give means that he has a little bit of a gut, if that give, that will mean something we'll have to give. Okay, we have to be realistic. And I'm going to say this, and it's not nice, but it's the truth. And y'all know me. I'm the truth teller. This is why y'all rock with me. I want you to keep in mind that you are a give for somebody. Right? You're a give. So as much as we don't want to give in to what we want, for other people, you are a give. I'll tell you my give, right? I got big titties. I don't have a big butt, and my hips are not as wide as I would like. I don't have a Coke body shape. So if my husband really wanted somebody with that physique, I ain't got it. I mean, I'm not as bad as like Wendy, but I'm definitely bigger on the top than I am at the bottom. That might be his give. I'll tell you another give. I'm not a good cook. You ain't gonna die. We'll survive. But I don't have that skill. So you are not the perfection that you think that you are. So when we say we don't want to give on blank, you are a gift for someone. So please let's not be so tough. And I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to be nasty because I told y'all mine. I'm not all that. right? So this is not me saying I'm better than y'all, but I need you to be realistic. All right. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I have a group in 1 minute, and I'm not as bad as Wendy. No disrespect to Wendy. I hope this don't make it to her. I'm not trying to hurt her feelings. I'm just saying, I don't have the shape that I would like. I'd have to pay for it, which I'm not against. I'm just saying. So just in case I pop up with a new shape and y'all be like, I thought Alison said that she had a big top, small bottom. She did go to Miami last year. We'll see after the second baby. All right, guys, I got to go. It has been a pleasure. It is not too late for you to join the 31-day alignment assignment challenge. Click the link in my bio. Tap the first button. We have our first large group Zoom meeting, private Zoom meeting on Thursday. So the last day for you to join is Thursday, tomorrow, 6:59. After that, the doors are locked. You're not getting in. Stop playing. It's $1 a day for 31 days. If you don't deserve $1 a day for 31 days to change your life, to have a coach put you in your damn place like you deserve, then I don't know what to tell you. I love y'all. Gotta go. Adios.